Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Glad to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As we'll see, the UConn Huskies taking on the winners of 3 straight, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Mustangs will kick it off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Huskies offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Looking for a man. It's Moses. Plucks it out of the air. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
The give from the gun. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The offense changing the play. To the air on second down. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. The short hands, it's Abraham. They make the tackle, but they'll move the chains, and it's a first down for UConn. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to pass. Extending the play. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Takes it the other way.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
Wide receiver going in motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And the Mustangs are in the hurry-up.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a good play.
It's 3rd down, and the line to gain is the 36. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, SMU!
abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UConn offense goes back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Handoff from the gun. Jukes his way for more. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Second down, he'll throw it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on games.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. The give to the back. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Moses. Got it set up on the outside. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen.
He's going to fire deep. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Watson. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. This UConn offense really has it going. To the air on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. On the move at the 30. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. Caught in the backfield, it's Abraham. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First play of the period will be a second down. Looking downfield, it's Moses. He's got him. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. UConn is now threatening in the red zone. Leaves it with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, UConn. Getting set for the point after.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll return it. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Snags a quick pass on the left. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Mustangs will hustle to the line.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
And tackled there by the defense. And the Mustangs really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Running to Green. There he goes. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40. The Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. On 1st and 10 from the 38.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Spears. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. And the Mustangs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Rides the back and leaves it. Inside the 15. Touchdown, SMU! Great job by the back on the option. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Army has the lead right now. Feels like they've been on top since they parachuted the ball into Nike Stadium, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by just 1 over North Texas. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Making side adjustments here. Looking for a man. It's Moses. The short hands. It's Abraham. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a real
pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. He's got an open man, and he's brought down after a nice gain. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Let's see if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to throw, it's Moses. Here's a heat. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So an 82-yard drive there. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's...
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense got it.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understand the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
Back to throw, it's Moses. He's got the tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
Wants to go up top. Hauls it in. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
To the air on 1st down. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Flying down the left side. He's at the slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Man, what great offensive Massive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air, it's Moses. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the right. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Well, no surprise to see the special teams, but you thought it might be the punter. Instead, here comes the field goal kicker. And it's no good. He missed it. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game. First half in the books. Time down to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, 2 quarters down, and I've got to say, this has been a fun watch so far in Dallas.
Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, they're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
Here's the pressure. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Back to pass on second down. It's complete to the left.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Third down play from the gun. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Man, this is exactly what you needed to see from this defense to start the second half. If you're down, you got to create some momentum. You got to get your offense a little bit excited. Nice job creating the sack. Perfect start to the second half of this defense.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. And he's got it from 57. What a beauty. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
UConn going back to work on offense. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points, and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
He uncorks a bullet to the right. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Wants to throw. It's Moses. Right on the money. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Might be calling a hot route. Shotgun snap on third down. Quickly complete. doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Abraham. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Gonna look downfield again. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Sends it back in motion. Gonna swing it on second down. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, the quarterback going straight.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it on the move. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. UConn quick to the line. Barges ahead. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your count?
Touchdown, Huskies! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Georgia has the lead right now, but they have not been able to separate themselves just yet between the hedges of Sanford Stadium. They're up by 10 over Oklahoma. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition. And if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise,
just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The idea was to sell that play fake. Nobody was buying it.
You're right, Reese. That D-line, they looked like they had their ears pinned back, and they were coming after the quarterback. You saw dudes rush upfield. They got to that QB fast.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Mustangs will line up to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Back to pass, it's Moses. He lets one fly deep. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. First down and 10.
That's a first down for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Crispin. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Huskies have their offense in high gear. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense is taking everything away down the field. Just take the easy throw underneath.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Got enough space. Touchdown, Huskies. You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby.
Love the play design on offense because you get your playmaker, the guy you want with the ball in his hands. You get him open, easy throw for the quarterback. Receiver does the rest, put 6 up on the board.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd.
Set to kick this one away.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Snags it quickly on the left. Hard running there. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Off the RPO, complete. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
And the Mustangs moving quickly to the line.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
To the ground to try to pick up the first. Makes it past the marker. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Mustangs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Motion from the back. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Complete in the middle. Not a big window, and that throw was money. They've got it at the 30.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. Got the quick pass. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Can't hang on across the middle on 1st down, and maybe he was worried about the shot he was going to take.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
Touchdown, SMU! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
Let's see what he can do with the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The UConn offense goes back to work. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Makes the grab on the left. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air, it's Moses. Looking to the big tight end. With the catch, it's Watson. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Now facing a 3rd and long. Just keeps slinging it. Bringing the heat. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, the quarterback had the look he wanted. He had his big fella down here in the red zone. That's supposed to be an easy pitch and catch, but his buddy puts it on the floor.
Back to throw, it's Moses. He's got it on the run. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. Touchdown, UConn! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
And the extra point is good. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. All right, this game just got tighter, and you just don't want to make a mistake here, David.
Especially in the fourth quarter. Remember, you're still leading this ball game. You're still going to execute the same way, Palmer. Don't get frantic.
Don't get frantic, but I would like to see them stay aggressive, too. You put a touchdown up on the board here, and this goes back to being a two-possession game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Leaves it with the running back. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The defense will take a timeout, 25 seconds left to play. The Mustangs will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried. To the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. UConn going back to work on offense. Now in the waning seconds, Jesse, you've put yourself in position to pull this one out.
And there's a chance this may come down to the kicker, guys. So which hash mark does he like to kick from the best? You got to play call this to give your guy the best chance to make his kick.
And how much confidence do I have in it? You know, what's his range? All those things come into account of how aggressive you want to be, maybe going towards the end zone versus a field goal.
That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again.
Let's go. Right. Single.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
And that penalty will back them up some more, half the distance to the goal.
Let's go. Right.
He wants to change this route. Looking to throw, it's Moses. Here comes the heat. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And a tremendous way for this defense to finish. The interception as the clock reaches 0. This one was a lot like a tennis match. Back and forth, up and down, and they just couldn't quite score enough and get the key stop to get the win.
And defenses have changed, right? It's not about limiting to low points anymore, but you got to find ways to create turnovers and get that ball back to your offense so they can do their damage. Defense just needed to create a few more opportunities.
I think it just came down to individual effort on the defensive side of the football for this team. Somebody needs to step up in big moments and big games and make the play to win. We didn't see it happen today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.